we kind of stumbled on a video, and we've had this video in our archive for a little bit, and we haven't shared it. But when you start hearing, you're gonna say, "What a piece of boringness." But I want you guys to take just listen to what it has to say, and take sense from nonsense. All right. Because this brother, when he's done with what he has to say, you're all going to be in agreement. Say, you know, Sam, right?
I'm going to be in agreement with him.
Yes. All right. Listen up to this one.
Good afternoon, TikTok, and welcome to William's Walk Through the Mausoleum. Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down, and your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drink for your friends and relatives. Some of your relatives will start discussing current events over coffee, and some people will call your family to tell them that they can't make it in person because of an emergency. Some people will secretly start making travel arrangements because life is just too short. And someone in your family will start arguing that they contributed more financially to the funeral than others did. Eventually, the crowd is going to go their separate ways. And in the coming days and weeks, your cell phone might ring on occasion from people who didn't realize that you've died. Your employer will begin to search for your replacement. In a few days, your children will go back to work because their bereavement leave has run out. In a month, your spouse will be watching a comedy on TV and start to laugh. You'll be forgotten at an astonishing pace. Everyone's life will go back to normal. There'll be new elections, new scandals, and the traffic on the daily commute will be the same. And the Super Bowl will go on just as planned. Meanwhile, the first anniversary of your passing will be celebrated in a grand manner. But in the blink of an eye, years are going to have gone by, and there'll be very few people left to remember you. One day, looking at old photos, a friend might remember you. In your community, of the hundreds of people you became acquainted with, only one person may remember you and think about you sometime. Now tell me, if people will forget you so easily, then who are you living your life for? Who are you worried about? You spent your whole life worrying about what people will think about you. They don't, and they won't. So live your life for you. Have a good afternoon.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
just putting things in perspective?
Wow.
We've been kind of going back and forth about playing this because, you know, it's a little depressing. But you know
Wow.
what? It gives you such a wide view and such a, you know, a reality check. This is the reality of life. When you pass away,
John, no, me never ready for
life
that.
is going to continue.
Lion Melter, good morning. Lisa, good morning.
Yes.
Seriously.
And we
Yeah.
sit down and we nitpick on certain things
Yeah.
in our lives, and really and truly, it's not even worth it.
Let me tell you something. Yo, that hit hard, you know. Listen, I just celebrated my birthday, and I'm having my big birthday party on Saturday. And of course, you know, to thine own self be true. You know, you go around, you go to make the rounds, and you go and you say hi to everybody and say, yo, come out to my party and everything. But who really cares about you? Grand rising
Hold
to you,
on
King.
one sec.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, I was allowing you to finish that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No. It's all right.
Yes,
Good
how
morning.
are you?
How you doing? Can I just make up a national day that Sherry and Stacey look so beautiful day? You know, it's a day. Can we just make it up? You guys look so
Thank you so much. Thank you
we
so
will
much.
take it.
We appreciate that. Did you hear what the gentleman just said? The
Yes.
video that played?
that is deep for real. And it's the real and I agree with everything he said.
Yeah.
Because
Yo, is that the reality for real though?
It is the reality when you think about it. And I've been
listen, That's a reality. I mean, yeah, you mourn during the time, but then what? After 6 to 8 months, everybody go back to normal.
You're not on a choice. Life
Life
continues. All
continues.
right. Are you bad? Are you
Continue.
a bad person for, I don't want to say forgetting someone, but moving on and that person popping in periodically in your head
No,
or not? I mean, it's
no.
not that you don't love the person, you never
Mm-mm.
care about the person, right?
It's just this.
Yeah.
This is life, and life is
Like,
all about interaction, communication, and connection. You understand? So we have to maximize every connection that's in our life, and that's why I also say, if a connection is not working with you, discard of it because
Yeah.
you have to make sure that you have positive vibe in your life all the time. You know.
These
every
people
time.
are what you put yourself out for to
Yeah.
go above beyond be up your means, live above your means, live up to the Joneses when you don't have it. To
Exactly.
impress people who ultimately don't care
They
about you.
don't care. But of course, if you give them wind,
Morning,
they are
Ramel.
gonna blow. So if you give them things to talk about, they're gonna talk about it. But it don't mean that it's just because you're important that they're talking about it. They're talking about it because you gave them something to talk about.
Exactly.
And then what do you want to? It's like, what is that legacy? What do you want to leave that when somebody does remember you, what do they remember you for? You know what I'm saying? That to me is the more
Right.
important thing. When it comes to
Exactly.
leaving like worldly goods, etc. To me personally, as an individual, and this is me sharing me deep down, I before my mom died, I was living for my mom when it comes to stuff like that. Now I live for my siblings because I don't have
Yeah.
kids. But and I'm
Right.
not doing it because I'm expecting anything from them. I'm doing it because
Right.
I love them and I feel like I can do certain things to make things easier for them and for their
Right.
kids. You understand?
Yeah.
That's all it is
I
because
agree.
you can love
Yeah.
somebody and just want good for them. And when it comes to your family, that's what we all really want, right? That's why we work. That's why we feed the kids. That's why
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
make sure the bills are paid. There's something, and they're never gonna forget that. Like my
But
mom passed away
even
how many years ago? I will never forget that. When it
even though
comes
it's
to
a
my
different
birthday,
now.
I give her that.
Right.
And I will
Some
always give her that.
you know that even now some children, if you get sick, they put you in a nursing home in a second. They don't have to wait till they pass away.
And then guess what?
Yeah.
You know what? That's also not a difficult thing,
Very
because there are
difficult.
a lot of people who want to throw blame on somebody who puts their parents in a nursing
So
home. But there are times that you have to do it to
Difficult.
give them
so
a better
I
life.
am one of those people. So I cared for my mom. My little mom lived with me almost 20 years to the date. My mom lived in my house with me. I took care of her until she was at the point where my mother has Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is
Right.
a very cruel disease. She became very
Yeah.
violent, and it was dangerous for me and my children. It got to a point, and the day when I had no choice, when the choice was taken away
Right.
from me, I cried like a baby because I come from that culture of I don't put put your mother in a nursing home.
Right.
But it was the
Yes.
best move ever because
Right.
she is so much better. No, my mom
I
is
agree.
perpetually stuck in the past, but in a happy place. So
That's
sometime
good.
sometime you have to take life and put that spin on it that you didn't necessarily see coming. So my
Right.
mom has
Right.
had now Alzheimer's for 10 years now, 11 years now, and where she's lost about 25, 30 years of memory, but for her she's always happy. I never see my mother. I got there. She may not know who I am. You look familiar, you
Right.
know. You look familiar. She smile and laugh and hug me and kiss me up.
Mm-mm.
And then eventually, but
Uh,
she's thinking back in Jamaica,
right.
back when
Right.
she was
Right.
swimming a river in Westmoreland. Happy times is where she is. So she don't know the
Yes.
pain of Corona and all the death.
Right.
And she'll never know
Right.
the pain of death anymore because anybody pass, she don't know. So in
Right.
another way, it's like she's feeling no physical pain. But so you have to take your circumstance
I
and
agree.
kind
Yeah.
of look at the good within the bad.
Right. Ooh, it is 4 minutes past 7.
Wow.
I
You know
know the
what? We're
past
gonna,
time.
yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you for chiming in.
Yeah, man, have a good
Um,
one,
All right.
okay?
yeah.
You too. All right. Bye bye.
So we're gonna pay the bills, guys, and we're
Wow,
gonna
that
come
was
back.
really
But before we do that, I want to just highlight a statement that CL says. He says that half the time, a lot of the people around you don't care about you. They only care about what value you can bring to their life.
It's true.
And isn't human beings just selfish?
Yeah, is because we all do it. We all do it. Is it on purpose? Well, for some people, it is on purpose. It's what you can do for them.
Yeah.
But innately, yeah, right. Isn't that
It's
human?
it's a
Isn't
human
that
thing.
human?
And until you get to a point of consciousness where you relinquish self, because some people can get to that point,
A lot of people
and
get
some
to
people
it.
can get to the degree of that point. It is easier if it's your child or it's your spouse. But when it comes to everyday people,
Yeah.
when you get to that point where you become selfless,
Yeah.
that is a point that I think is a higher, a higher power, a
Yeah,
higher
absolutely.
reach, a higher,
And I'm not there.
actualization.
I'm not there. I'm
you
not
know?
selfish, but I certainly have a long, long way to go to be completely selfish. A long way.
Yeah, yeah. So, does it matter if you are selfless? Should you just be, indulging in self since that is all you have?
Because no matter
You
who
know?
you are, your memory's
Because
gonna fade
exactly.
anyway.
And
Why these? What? Whew, holistic Thursday people
I'm
getting
telling you.
deep this morning.
And then you're going to be selfless for people who don't even value, the things the sacrifices you make,
So
the
is it
things
wor-
that
is
you
it
do.
worth
Is it
it?
worth it? That's a question we should all ask each other. But anyways, it is Holistic Thursday. Yeah, we're going a little deep this morning.
Yeah, sometimes you
But
have to. Sometimes
yeah.
you have